Hey y'all, it's John Antonelli here with you for our March Cheese Club. Antonelli's Cheese Club is one of our prides and joys of the company. There's over 300 members actively every month, 400 to 500 in certain months. And so we love getting to connect with you. So, one, we're thrilled that you're sitting with us. If this is your first time as part of the club, welcome. We all are cheese lovers and we all share our passion of cheese together. If this is your 24th or 30th time or 10th year doing Cheese Club, welcome back. Thanks for being a part of this exclusive group. This month, March, is Texas Independence Day. And so this year, our theme for March is Texas cheeses. And I couldn't be more excited about what we have for offers. And I will say that April is just as exciting. April is one of a kind cheeses you can't get anywhere else, but I'll tell you about that in just a little while. Coming back to our March cheeses, when we think about Texas and the broad agricultural work that is done within this state, we have so many um, different parts of the state that produce high quality different types of milk, and the geography is different, the temperatures are different, the food that the animals get to eat and graze is different, and so we're really lucky that we have such an abundant resource. Well, we get a lot of sunshine, first of all, and maybe not enough rain in certain parts, but a lot of sunshine. And we get this wonderful diversity of milks that come through in such great quality. And so, whether you're in sort of the Texas Hill Country, which is really well known for its amazing goat's milk, or if you're in the central to north part of the state, where really fantastic for a cow, or now we're starting to see beautiful sheep milk coming out of certain parts of the state, and even water buffalo milk coming out of the state as well. We're kind of at the cusp, the beginning of what is to be a really exciting future as it pertains to artisanal cheese. And so this month, we're showcasing a little bit of that. And I think you're going to love this box. I certainly do. And I'm so excited to share. So we'll start with this first one. This is CKC's Peach Chipotle Chef. So Texas is really well known for our peaches. And when we start heading into peach season over the course of the next few months, we start to see this amazing cheese from Chrissy, Kenneth, and Connor at CKC. This is a small creamery, farmstead creamery. So they raise their animals and they make the cheese on the property just outside of Blanco. So this is the hill country. This is where this amazing limestone plateau kind of has a really thin soil. So you get this incredible minerality that comes through the food that the animals kind of forage for. And that minerality lends itself to these lactic fermented cheeses and goat's milk in particular. So, for instance, another place in the world that has a lot of limestone is the Loire Valley, and that is where 5 of the name controlled goat cheeses of France come from. And so we are blessed that we are so very close to the hill country. Uh, Chrissy was the one that started the production at CKC when she was 16. This was just before we started our business in 2010. And they've been a producer partner since the very beginning. I remember when Kendall and I first opened the shop, the only way to get their cheese was on Saturday to go to the farmer's market in downtown Austin and visit with Christy and her parents and buy those cheeses, fresh chev right from the stall, bring it back to the shop. And we generally sell out within 3 to 4 days and then go back the following Saturday morning to pick up more. Now we partner with her for these specialty flavored chevs. So seasonally rotating based off of the flavors of the months. And so peach chipotle, you're going to get that sweet, rich sweet, rich peach flavor, the acidity of the goat's milk, and then that warmth that comes through the chipotle, the smokiness of it. It's just a perfect combination. I almost eat this more like ice cream than I do cheese. So if you just sit in front of on the couch in front of the TV and eat it with a spoon, that is Antonelli approved. You could spread it on bread, crackers, toast. But one of my favorite things to do is to cut a peach in half and grill it on a grill. and let it char a little bit. The sugars will caramelize beautifully, and then you put this scoop of this right on top, and it kind of melts into it. It is an awesome pairing, great dessert, and just a really fun cheese. The second cheese that we have, this is Birvesa. So this is from the mozzarella company in Dallas, and Paul Lambert has been making cheese longer than I've been alive, which is an amazing feat. Back in the late 70s, early 80s, a handful of women around the country were really pioneers when it came to artisanal cheese. There was no market for it. There's nobody asking for artisanal cheese, but there were a handful of these cheesemakers who knew how important it was to different cultures around the world. And Paula fell in love with the Italian culture, and so she started making cheeses in that style. And she's been doing it now for over 40 years, which is incredible. Just perseverance, and she's got the right kind of Texas attitude to keep pushing well beyond the reasonable approach. And Birvesa is one of the new ones. It's new to our company for this particular month of the club. So it's washed in a beer, ale, and a wash drying cheese is generally one that has a really intense, pungent aroma. This one is a little bit more of a softball. If you lean your nose in, smell the outside, you're going to get the fermented ale aroma. It's not going to be overpowering. It's going to be nice and delicate. I would definitely recommend eating from the inside out. It tastes the rind last, but man, it's a good cheese, and they're a great partner of ours. We're lucky that they work with us. The next cheese that we're going to is the Indigo Ridge. So this has got this unbelievable indigo colored wax, which is where it gets its name from. And this wax is kind of one of a kind. Susan Rigg of Riverway Creamery, which is located just outside of San Antonio, just north in Schertz, Texas. She's created this color on her own, mixing the wax in house because one, she thinks it's beautiful, and two, it's unique to the brand. And in addition to that, she's actually worked on the recipe in a way that at least three attributes are different than any other cheese that exists, which allows it to be considered an American original. And so she's worked really hard at it. This flavor profile gives us sort of an interpretation of a Gouda, a little bit of a perceived sweetness with that Gruyere that's got the brown butter flavor profile. I tend to think of this cheese as being, when you think of cheese, a really high quality cheese, there's a certain flavor that comes to mind. And this is it. This is that really perfect bite. It's got a semi soft texture. Susan is not farmstead, just like the mozzarella company isn't farmstead. They source their milk from different places. And Susan's source is like really like intellectual property, like making sure that she gets the best milk for this particular product is just spectacular. And so anytime you get a chance to try a Riverway cheese, go for it. The last product that we have, this is really fun because this is now sheep's milk. So sheep milk is kind of a new thing for the Texas market, especially as it comes to artisanal cheese. And the Veldhuizen family, they've been making cheese for over 25 years. Stuart and Connie Veldhuizen, they really ran the company for a very long time, and now their children are a part of that experience. And they make blues, Goudas, cheddars. They make all sorts of stuff. And now they have a small herd of sheep that can really handle these intense climates. They're very versatile when it comes to different breeds, of course, versus cold or hot. And so the sheep's milk is this rich, intense flavor profile. It is magnificent. This particular wheel of sheep cheddar is aged out, so it's drier, it's firmer, it's got a little hard texture to it. So those flavor crystals are going to be there. You're going to get this really refined, intense, nuanced flavor profile from the broken down protein. The rind, while it is edible, it's going to be very dry and toothsome. So you can shave it, you can cook with it, you can also eat it, of course. But definitely try it, see what you think. But it's a really cool product. And paired with all that stuff, if you are a member of our deluxe club, you'll have also received this viscous charcuterie, local Texas cheesemaker. This has got wild Calabrian fennel seeds in it. I'm a huge fan of fennel. My genetics go back to the Calabria, so this is I'm a big fan of this. And then we have a blueberry Pinot jam. This is from Round Rock. It is awesome. Round Rock Jelly Company is one of our favorite partners from a jam perspective, and blueberries and Pinot Noir, it's a big win. And so that's our March Club. We hope you enjoy it. We recently got some feedback from one of our members. Thank you for sharing that this is the best way of meeting new friends. So they've just recently moved. And one of the things that they tend to do now is invite neighbors over whom they just met to share this cheese with them around a table. There's nothing like breaking bread and eating cheese to become lifelong friends. We see it happen all the time in the shop. We see it happen at our events. And now we know it happens at our cheese club. And so thank you so much for sharing us. And keep your eyes out for the April Cheese Club. We are doing something real special. We know some of your memberships ended with this particular box, but in April, we're actually working with multiple producers to get exclusive or one of a kind products made just for us, just for this box. And so we have a handful of cheeses that you cannot get anywhere else. And so it's going to be a really fun month of Cheese Club, something to try. In some cases, we haven't even gotten to try them yet, but we trust the cheesemakers so much that we just know they're going to be home runs. And so we're really excited for that. Definitely stick around. Reach out to us if you have any questions along the way. Hello at Antonelli's Cheese, and we'll make sure to respond. But thanks for being members, y'all. Happy springtime.